Today we're taking a look at some Rhinoshield cases for your brand new 17 Pro series. So I got a clear case, I got a modular case, and of course I have their SolidSuit case. I'll leave some links down in my description if you're interested in picking these up. And while you're down there, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share this video with a buddy of yours, or even just leave a comment and say what's up. But let's go ahead and check out these Rhinoshield cases together, see what they're all about. Let's start with their SolidSuit series case, and this is going to be the SolidSuit X. Now Rhinoshield is one of those companies, man, you're going to spend a lot of time on their website if you want to design them, because they have a whole bunch of designs that you can choose from, a whole bunch of different colors. I'll show you this pretty awesome Batman one that I have as well, but Rhinoshield definitely gives you a ton of options. So the SolidSuit X case this year around features a little bit of a different design. It's a little bit more beefed up, as you will. You can see you got a little accent right on that camera plateau corner. And overall, they've kind of reevaluated what their cases should be like, and you can see that on the inside. So you do have a little bit of honeycomb material for a little bit extra shock protection, and it is beefed up as well. You can see you do have these air corners, air grooves, air shock, air bags in those corners, so that will help with the shock absorption if you do happen to drop this case. MagSafe, of course, is here, and you do get a camera button as well. So overall, the SolidSuit X case, I think is well designed, well reimagined, if you will. The SolidSuit X case is not going to be a hard case. It's not going to be super jelly or flimsy either. It's kind of that in-between middle type of feeling case. It still gives you a rigid top here. So it's not a flimsy case. This is still pretty rigid on the top. So let's go ahead and put in my iPhone and see what the coverage is going to be like. Here are your buttons. Now they do sell button packs if you wanted to change the button color, get a little bit of accent colors in your life. If we take a look at the buttons here, guys, camera button works pretty well. You can see this. No issues. You can get your half presses, full presses, etc., etc. So that camera button does a really nice job there. And overall, the buttons feel sturdy. They don't feel mushy. They give you a good amount of feedback on these buttons, but it's all about that front lip protection. And you can see that you're getting a good amount of front lip here. Let's kind of get that camera to focus in as I show you that little bit of branding on the side that says Rhinoshield. But the coverage on the front here, again, you can see that the case is definitely beefed up on the corners and on the bottom. Still going to give you enough protection for that lay on the table type of design. Not a super rugged, super lippy, if you will, type of case, but you're still getting enough protection even with a screen protector. And if we take a look at your plateau coverage, again, those camera lenses are protected. You can see that plateau coverage on the back here. Now in terms of the grip and feel of this case, I actually do like it. There's a tiny bit of texture all along this case here. I hope the camera is picking that up. There's just a tiny bit of texture. So it's giving you a good in-hand kind of grip when you hold it. Nice sturdy camera surround. Good hard plastic here, so you definitely feel secure when you're holding your device in your hand. Now these cases to me have never been slippery. This is not a slippery case either. Now let's check out the snugness. Very snug on my device. Well done, Rhinoshield. Very snug. Cutouts, you can see on the bottom, cutouts are just fine. Now let's test out the MagSafe compatibility. Oh, good strong magnet. You are checking all the right boxes this year, Rhinoshield. And if we put on my battery pack here that has that MagSafe tail, very secure, very sturdy. Wireless charging, of course, is going to work. No issues with wireless charging. I just want to show you a different color. This is going to be the white. So maybe if you have that silver iPhone or whatever the case is, this is the white SolidSuit X case. Again, same snugness, same protection. You probably can see that lip a little bit better on this white case. Overall, I definitely like the SolidSuit X case. I think Rhinoshield's done a pretty decent job of upgrading this. Camera button, of course. And this year around, they don't make us put these buttons in ourselves like last year. They come pre-installed. Yes, I like that. I don't want to do any extra work when I purchase a case. But this is going to be the SolidSuit X case. Let's go ahead and check out another one. The next case we're going to take a look at is called their Mod NX case. Now this is kind of like a two-parter type of case. If you just want a bumper, if you just want standard old bumper protection, you can just purchase their crash guard, I believe. But then if you want the back plate for a little bit extra protection as well as MagSafe, you can go ahead and get their back plate here. And again, you can customize this back plate a whole bunch of different ways. The inside of the Mod NX case also has a honeycomb pattern all around the inside to give you a little bit of that shock absorbing pattern on the inside there. There's a little lanyard hole for those of you that like those lanyards. So matter of fact, let me just first show you what it's going to look like just as a bumper, and then we're going to test out what it looks like when it comes to adding that back plate. So installation is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So again, guys, for the crash guard, I believe they call it, this is going to be just a standard bumper. You get a good amount of front lip protection there. You do get a camera button. You can see that there is a camera button right over there. I do like the lip protection on the front. Cutouts, well oversized action on the bottom. You can see that there for any third-party accessories you might have. If we take a look at your back camera protection here, guys, you can see that those camera lenses are just about covered. You can see that. Let's get this to focus one more time. Just about covering those lenses on the back. So if you lay your phone on the table, it's not going to scratch up those lenses. And of course, you have a pretty deep back plate. Now you can see that there's a little bit of a hole here when using it without the back plate there, because that's where the back plate actually sticks into. So that's a normal design there. But in terms of the overall feel, guys, I mean, because this is so deep on the bottom, it still feels like you have a pretty substantial case in your hand. I'm not going to lie. That's what I'm feeling. That's what it feels like to me when I pick this up. You would think a bumper would give you that slim, in-hand type of feel, and it does when you flip it over. It definitely feels thinner when you flip it over with the screen facing away from you. But of course, that's not how you use your phone. So yeah, man, I don't know. This is not giving me thin type of vibes. It still feels pretty substantial once again, but I do like the fact that I can feel the back of my phone here, and a lot of you might enjoy that. So yeah, if you're looking for a thin kind of bumper case to not even feel that you have a case, this isn't going to be it, to be quite honest with you. So let's go ahead and check out the snugness. Very snug. There's no doubt this is a snug fit on my phone here. But it's time to do a little bit of transforming like Optimus Prime. And man, let's try and get this phone out. So yes, as a bumper, your phone is going to stay in here. No problems with that. And let's go ahead and check out this back plate. See if we can keep it smudge free, which is pretty hard with clear cases. Now again, that little hole that I showed you on the bottom, that's just to slip in this back plate and get a secure connection. Now we'll place my phone in once again. So yeah, this is more like it. I mean, I would suggest that you always get a back plate with this. I mean, for some reason, it might be a mind trick. It might be some sort of Jedi mind trick, but not only are you getting a little bit more back protection that's going to be great for the peace of mind and great for your insurance, but you also do get a case that actually feels like a case now. It doesn't feel like it's just open-ended on the back. Your mind is actually thinking that, hey, I do have a nice case. And with this back plate, it definitely feels like a nice case now. Yeah, this is what I would recommend for you, 100% for sure. And you can get designs on the back, but if you just want to see your clear iPhone back, you can go ahead and do that. Let's check out MagSafe. Oh, very strong MagSafe. Very strong MagSafe on the back here. I'm digging this Mod NX 100% for sure. Your camera button's going to be the same. You can see this here. You can go ahead and get half presses and whatnot. No issues with that camera button. Actual buttons feel really nice, same as they were on the SolidSuit there. So my recommendation as we move on to the next clear case is going to be, if you get the Mod NX case, maybe some days you feel like a back plate, some days you don't. You can go ahead and switch it like Almond Joy anytime you want, but honestly, I would not buy it without the back plate if you're interested in this type of design. It just gives you, again, a little bit more camera protection and just feels decent in the hand, feels like a real case, feels very sturdy. And yes, with the back plate on, it's still a very snug case. Rhinoshield, they're doing a really good job this year, but it's time to check out two clear cases. Now these clear cases are going to be anti-yellowing technology. Now of course, anti-yellowing is something that, you know, you got to kind of trust and see what's going to happen a year down the line. If you're like me, you swap out your cases on the regular. And yes, I did get a custom Batman clear case. And that's going to go really nicely with my AirTag from Rhinoshield as well. You can accessorize and really get everything to match. Nice carabiner. Very sturdy carabiner here. So yep, I'm excited to test this out. So let's go ahead and move the Mod NX case. Now this one again is going to be a smoky type of clear. I like smoky if you've been following my channel for a while. And you do get a little bit of accents on those buttons. I love when the case manufacturers give us a little bit of color pop. Very, very nice from Rhinoshield. And there's your actual camera button. This is going to be a case that you're not going to want to swap out all that often because it's very, very snug on your device, like super snug, guys. Very, very snug. This is not going to come off with some ease. And a lot of you might like that, especially if you only have one case. This is going to be snug for life. MagSafe ring on the back. I like that accent on the corner, a little triangle. Just kind of change it up just a little bit. Good amount of plateau coverage. Good amount of coverage there. And you can see that color pop on the power button. Looking pretty snazzy, pretty fly, pretty sweet. You can still see the color of your iPhone through the smoky case. You can see that there as we look at that M-Wave antenna. For those of you on Verizon, shout out to you guys. And again, nice clear smoke case. I definitely like it. And it's all about that front protection. Again, covering your front screen. These are not rugged, heavy duty type of cases. They're everyday cases that are going to be just fine for everyday drops. The camera button is the same on all their cases, and they're calling it a carbon nanotube material. So I don't think this is exactly straight plastic, but it is a carbon nanotube. I'm going to research that and leave a little description about a carbon nanotube. But it does feel really nice, and again, it is going to give you those half presses and let you do what you guys need to do with this camera button. Now the buttons on this case protrude from the case just a little bit, so these are not flush or semi-flush type of buttons. They actually do come out quite substantially. So for those of you that like that, this is the case for you. I'm more of the kind of subtle, not really in your face type of buttons, but there's cases for everybody. There's cases for everybody's style and everybody's preference. But I do want to let you know, you can see that it is coming out quite a bit. Let's get a little bit close. You can see that, but the camera button is flush. A little bit recessed, a tiny bit, hopefully to protect that carbon nanotube. Yeah, I'm liking this smoky case, guys. Definitely really liking it. Did we check out MagSafe? I forgot, but we're going to do it again. Strong MagSafe on this. I call this a smoke case, but it's actually a nocturne blue. It's not like a carbon black smoke. It has a little bit of a blue tint, so I think this looks pretty cool in my opinion. No issues with the snugness once again. Now, this took quite a bit of effort to get off of my phone, but it's not leaving any scratches. I'm just going to show you that. So it's not leaving any scratches here, guys, for those of you worried about Scratchgate. But I would not want to take this on and off on a weekly or even monthly basis. That's going to be quite difficult. This, again, is going to be for those one-and-done type of people. If you always just put one case on, I know you guys are out there. This clear case is definitely for you. And yes, this is very rigid. This is a rigid plastic case. But now it's time for the Batman finale. This is just to showcase their actual designs. You can get a whole bunch of prints on the back. Now this one here, you can feel the print. So if we get really close, you can see that it's just printed on top of a clear case. But in all my years of having Rhinoshield prints, they've never actually faded or really rubbed off. Again, if you use a case for over a year, that might happen, but within a year, it's never happened to me. Same type of case. Just go ahead and plop in the white one, just because. And yeah, guys, very nice with this Batman logo on the back. Let's go ahead. I just wanted to match. Super cool. Same protection, you can see here. It's the same clear case, but just with a print. Same buttons on the side. Same nanotube carbon button right there. Same front lip protection. Awesome case. So this has been a look at some Rhinoshield offerings this year around for your iPhone 17 Pro series. Let me know what you think about these. If you have any questions, throw them down there as well. I'll catch you in another video.